everyone, how's it going? I hope everyone's doing well. Well, what is up? We're towards the end of spooky season. I just went to a Halloween party yesterday that my friends were hosting. It was a good time. I wore a whole witch's outfit that I put together. Pretty happy with it. I looked pretty snazzy. But yeah, mostly just hung out, talked a bit, had some tacos, ate a bunch of candy, played some games together. There was also like pumpkin carving, but I didn't end up doing that. With me and my shaky hands, I'm like, I don't know about that, Chief. I don't think I would do well with that. But yeah, so I already had my Halloween, even though Halloween hasn't happened yet, but I technically already had it. It was a good time, and as we get closer to the end of October, my birthday is about to come up, which is crazy. We'll be turning 24, which is insane to think about. And, you know, it is weird, like, the more I think about it, like, I feel like with how many shows tend to take place in, like, high school or whatnot, we now have, like, a skewed idea of what's young and what's old. Like, I feel there are times where I'm like, wow, I'm turning 24, I'm so old, and then I'm like, wait a second, I still have, like, a bajillion more decades in my life. 20 is still, like, 24 is still, like, your 20s in general are still super young. Like, extremely young in the grand scheme of things. Like, yeah, maybe if it was, like, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, that would be a different story, but nowadays, if I'm in my 20s, I'm still a baby bean. I'm still in the beginning of my life. But sometimes it doesn't feel that way. Sometimes it feels like the world kind of expects you to already have your life figured out. I definitely don't. Still looking for jobs and whatnot. Hoping that I'll find something soon. But yeah, last VN night I played some Gmod. And I thought I would play some more today, and then I remembered that Rolf can't be here today because of D&D stuff, which is totally fair. I hope he has a good time. So I was like, oh shoot, it's time for more Code Realize, let's go! So I'm pretty excited to play some more of that. And again, just like with last time, I'm just gonna follow the walkthroughs for each of the chapters because I just want to show off the entire story since I've already gone through the entire game before, which is exciting. I'm so glad that there's, you know, voice acting in this game, because I think if I tried to play this entire visual novel on my own, it would kill my vocal cords. It already hurts even just to do like the basic stuff, the narration and everything, you know. But it works out. It works out. And, but yeah. So I'm excited to do some more of that. Honestly, like, now that I'm thinking about it, like, I haven't checked to see if there's any new, Ultimate games that have come out. I did play, the latest Pio Fiore, and it was so good. Yang's route, once again, was just the best. Nothing beats it for me, you know? But yeah. How many? Oh yeah, it's 13 chapters. Okay. There's 13 chapters of Impi's route. Let's go. But yeah, I'm planning on following, like, the recommended route order. So we'll go Impy, then I think it's, Abraham von Helsing, and then it's Victor von Frankenstein, and then it's Count Saint Germain, and then of course last is Lupin, the best boy of my life right there. I'm so excited for when I finally get to his route. I don't even know if I'll stream it on Twitch though. I might just stream it in the Discord so that I can show like the squad the best route in the game. I'll be like, guys, this story is it's gonna be so good. I love this so much. I'm gonna make freaking cry at the end. Like, I'll tear up. Believe it. But yeah. Which honestly, it reminds me that I should probably... I haven't played Wintertide Miracles yet. At some point I'll do it. At some point I'll see the other side stories. See my boy once again. Love that man. Anyways, let's pull up the game. I know, it's like, it's only been about 20 minutes, Anya actually opening up the game already. A big shocker. Who would have thought that this day would come? Sure, most would never believe it. Okay. Good that I'm gonna pause emulation real quick, just so I can make sure that the thing is gonna stream properly. Because it's actually been a while since... Oh, frick, wrong thing. There we go. Why is this so big? I don't think it's supposed to be that big. Setting up live on stream, the Anya way of doing things. Yeah, that should be okay, right? Right? We good, right? I'm gonna say that we're good. Actually, I should check the volume. This as well. Okay, yeah, we're good. We're good. It's not gonna blast our eardrums, thank God. Big fears indeed, you know? Time for more of this shenanigans. Let me know if everything works fine, by the way. I forgot. Gotta resume emulation. It's been a while. I don't even remember where we were at. I think we just met Abraham von Helsing. I think that's what happened last time. Let me... We're all good. So, we're good. Oh yeah, we were about to do, the education stuff. Which happens in every round. Good stuff. Okay, I'm just gonna assume it's all working fine. Let's go! Yes, I want to load the save data. Let's go!
我らの食船とする賜物を祝福してください。これらの食事が罪深き我々の体の糧、心の糧となることをお許しください。
I still can't get over his whole like prayer that he gives about like, please forgive us for eating this food. Like, okay, buddy, that's pretty depressing.
では皆さん、いただきましょう。
Itadakimasu. When Saint Germain finishes, we eat. Let's go. This is the same scene as yesterday morning, but one thing is different. Yeah, now we have another person on the team.
なかなか美味だ。この屋敷の料理人はかなりの腕を持っている。私も料理には多少のこだわりがある。ぜひ手ほどきを受けたいもの。
It's Impy! The rest of us look around at one another. His hobby is cooking? That's unexpected.
まあどうしてもってなら教えてやってもいいぜ。天才は何をやらせても天才ってことまた一つ証明
He's
しちゃった
gonna
か
be
な。
like, what the frick? It's
何を
you.
言っている。お前を褒めたわけではない。私は料理人の腕を褒めているんだ。
Yeah, and he's the cook. Von Helsing seems to notice something in Impy's grin, and his expression turns doubtful.
まさかお前が作ったとでも言うのか。たわごと。
ところがどっこい。この屋敷の料理担当はこいつなんだわ。
そういうこと。感謝して食えよ。ネクラメガネくん。
前言を撤回しよう。少しもうまくないぞ。ひどい味だ。
Von Helsing is like, never mind. It's awful, actually. I changed my mind. This is terrible. Worst food I've ever eaten in my whole life. Also, I love the matching grins that Lupin and Impy have. Like, it's literally like the same grin reflected, and I love that. They may fight, but in the end, they are mimicking each other. It shows they're good tomodachis.
俺だって分かった途端ひどいな。
まあまあ落ち着いて。せっかく一緒に食べてるんだから仲良くしようよ。
それにしても、少女と泥棒、義士、錬金術師ときて、今度は吸血鬼戦争の英雄ですか。
Yep.
私の食卓も随分個性豊かになったものです。
I nod in agreement. Meals do taste better with a big group.
ええ、私もそう思いますよ、カルディアさん。ところでバン、あなたがここにいる理由を教えてもらっていいですか？私はまだ詳しいことを何も聞かされていないのです。
詳しいことを聞いていないのに受け入れている時点で、お前も相当変わり者だな。まあいい。確かに話しておく必要はあるだろう。他の者にはすでに話したが、私の目標はある男の秘密を暴き、かの者と直接対峙することにある。その男は黄昏と深い関わりがあり、神出鬼没なことで知られている。用心深い男で、居場所を特定することは難しい。そんな時、ある筋から男が特別なものを狙っているという情報を手に入れた。
特別なもの、それがもしや彼女の胸に埋まるというホロロギウムという宝石ですか？
Van Helsing nods.
私は奴よりも先にそれを手に入れ、交渉の道具として使うことで奴と接触する機会を得る。それが私の狙いだった。だが怪物と命されたその娘は私の追う男の秘密と深い関連のある存在だと分かった。黄昏もこの娘を狙っているというならば、こいつのそばにいれば必然と奴の影も視界にちらつくことになる。故に私はしばらくこの娘と共に行動し、目的への情報を得ようと考えた。以上だ。
Aw, snap. Van Helsing concludes his explanation and raises his teacup to his lips. I don't know why, but like he's there's this thing about like somebody being like acting so cool, it's kind of funny. Like, he's so, like, legit about it that it's making me giggle. Like, he's just like, yeah, that's my story, lips up teacup and sips from it. Like, okay, buddy, okay, we get it, you're cool.
もったいぶってるとこ悪いんだけどさ。ある男って誰のことよ。そこは言いたくないわけ？
Impy asks what we surely are all thinking, but Von Helsing doesn't respond. Why do I get the feeling that he glanced in my direction for a moment?
もう一つ確認したいんだけど、いいかな。昨日ワンは気になる言葉を言ってたよね。その探している人が不死身とかって。
Aw, snap. Is that the secret you're unraveling?
そうだ。
おいおい、今19世紀だぜ。中世じゃないんだしさ。不死身なんて非科学的なこと言うなって。
I love that Impy is like, oh, you can't believe that stuff, and yet there's a girl right here that literally has like a weird thing in her chest. Like, I think we live in a time that's kind of just weird.
それは興味深いお話ですね。教えてもらえませんか？どうしてその人を不死身だと？
あの男は過去に一度暗殺されている。
暗殺された？それじゃあ暗殺された人が実はまだ生きてるっていうの？
だから不死身だと言っている。
なんだそりゃ。影武者じゃねえのか？
ありえん。その暗殺を担当した人物から直に確認した。間違いなく本人だった。そう聞いている。
では殺し損ねたのでは？
報告では頭を吹き飛ばされたと記されていた。
じゃあお前の言う探してるやつってのは一度死んで蘇ったって言いたいわけ？
そうだ。他にどう考え
He's like, yes, that's what I've been saying for the past like 10 minutes. Y'all pick up the pace, get with the program, and they're all like,
ちょ
okay.
っと待て。お前が探してるのが誰かは知らねえが、そいつの秘密を暴いて直接会って。バン、その後お前、その男をどうするつもりなんだよ。
知る必要はない。それが互いのためだ。
Oof. Oof. Big oofs indeed. The biggest of oofs. The biggest of oofs. 200 million oofs. Everyone falls silent. I'm a bit flustered.
ねえみんな、これからどうするつもりなんだい？
Victor tries to change the subject, as if out of consideration for my feelings. Aww. Victor's a good boy. He's a good boy.
今まではおとなしかったけど、今後、黄昏からの追跡も厳しくなるかもしれない。アイザックの謎を探るにしても、慎重にならないと逆に彼女を奪われかねない。
Yeah.
まあな。カルディア、お前はどうしたい？
I want to search for my father, even if it might be dangerous. I want to go search London.
カルディアちゃん、気持ちはわかるけどさ、屋敷に残ってた方が安全だと思うよ。
私もそう思います。黄昏もこの場所までは把握していないはず。窮屈でも身を潜めるのが正しい選択かと。
カルディアと言ったな。お前がさらわれたのでは元も子もない。悪いことは言わない。おとなしくしていろ。
But
自分の足で親父を探したいだろ。いいじゃねえか。俺はもともとこいつを屋敷に閉じ込めておこうとは思ってなかったぜ。
Lupin, This man is just the best. Everyone else is like, nah, you should just stay here and do nothing. And Lupin's like, you guys, you can't just expect her to do that. She's not some princess we gotta keep in a tower. All we have to do is train her, and then she could join us on missions too. Like, boy, I love him. I love him. I love him. Too bad his route is locked until the end, but I love him. He's like so, he's so considerate, but he's also mischievous and everything, and absolutely my type. I love this man so much. I just want to pinch his cheeks. I love him. I love him. I love him. Lupin!
僕もルパンに賛成だ。
Yeah!
もともと閉じこもり続けるという選択肢を選べない
Victor is also the best. You know Victor is also good here. Both Lupin and Victor, top tier men over here. Top tier men. Let's go. What do you mean?
昨日採取した君の血液を調べてみた。君の血液には確かに毒素があったんだけど、その性質がかなり変わっていてね。その毒素は常に微細な粒子となって空気中に放散されるんだ。本当にごくわずかな量だから周囲の人体などには害はないんだけれど、問題はこの毒素の特異性にあるんだ。この毒素非常に安定しやすい性質でね、放散された毒素はそのまま空気中に残るんだ。そしてそれは毒の特異性からかとても特定しやすくてね、空気中のそれを検知する装置を作ることもたやすい。
Oh, I see. So Lupin's just like, oh, I just don't. Lupin is being considerate of Cardia, whereas Victor is like, actually, like, it doesn't even really matter because keeping Cardia here would be a problem.
しかも一定濃度の毒素ならかなり遠くからでもその位置を特定できてしまうんだ。
ってことは、まさか黄昏にも居場所はもろバレってことか？
Yeah. Yep.
ああ、このままならね。
I remember when those guards came to the mansion in Wales, there was a strange noise before they came in the room.
おそらくそれが検知器だね。当然といえば当然だけど、やっぱり持ってたか。
ちょっと待てよ。じゃあここも全然安全じゃないじゃん。
いや、それがそうでもないんだ。一定の濃度に到達しなければ遠方からの毒素検知はできないからね。つまり彼女が一日に数時間でもいい。屋敷を離れてここに毒素が溜まるのを防げば毒素の検知はできないということになる。
なるほど。嫌でも閉じこもることはできないということか。
If that's the case, I really want to help you find my father. But yeah, it is still funny that Lupin's like, I'm just considerate of Cardia and want her to learn how to fight with us and go. And Victor's like, actually, it doesn't even matter what the reasoning here is. She has to leave. Everyone nods in agreement, though they look a bit concerned.
東大元暮らし、火を隠すには森、下手に郊外を歩き回るよりロンドンの人混みの方が目立たずに済む。それに何よりアイザック探しはお前の問題でもある。当然手伝ってもらうぜ。
Of course I will.
でもな、心配だよな。
まあその気持ちもわかる。だからいくつか条件を出すぜ、カルディア。まず 絶対に一人で行動しないこと。外出するときは誰かに同行してもらえ。
Alright.
それからもう一つ。お前にはこれから自分で自分の身を守るための最低限の能力を身につけてもらう。
A minimum of skill? How am I going to get that?
おいおい、ここにいる連中を見ろよ。有力な貴族に英雄に高名な錬金術師、そして泥棒紳士であるこの俺。こんなに優秀な専門家が揃ってるんだぜ。最高の教育環境じゃねえか。
You're right.
多少の自衛手段を教えてやろう。それが最終的に私の利にもつながる。
じゃあ僕は応急処置の仕方と戦いの助けになるような薬品の扱いを教えようかな。
及ばずながら私も助けになりましょう。ロンドンの地理を覚えておけば、もしもの時逃げる手助けになってくれるはずです。
Heck yeah, we're going to school.
よし、じゃあ俺は防犯用装置の扱いをっておいルパン、今俺の存在抜かしただろ。天才技師インピー・バービケーンの名前がないとかありえねえよ。
お、忘れてた。
すべ忘れてるよこの人。
It wasn't even a joke. He also forgot. Okay, Lupin, that sounds good. Thank you, everybody, for teaching me. You too, MP. Everyone nods. According to Lupin, from this day forth, every day someone will take a turn teaching me some of their skills to defend myself. Training will be conducted outside the mansion so as to avoid a buildup of poison indoors. Makes sense. In the meantime, the others will be making efforts to gather information. They will continue to train me until they find a good lead, at which point we will all need to take action together.
まあ、最終的には全員に教えてもらうことになるにせよ。だ。今日は記念すべき初日だ。誰に教えてもらいたい？
What should I do? I feel like it would be best for Lupin to focus on gathering information. Yeah, because we can't unlock his route yet. We gotta wait until the end of the game to unlock his route. So he'll just have to do stuff on his own until then. Okay. So we're gonna ask Impy because we're going Impy route. Impy route. Let's choose Impy, and everyone's gonna be like, "The frick, Cardia? Are you okay? Why would you pick Impy?" And Impy will be like, "Yeah, suck it, everyone. Suck it." They're all like, "What? Why?"
お前、正気か？
My senses are just fine, thank you.
みんなひどい言いようですね。
そうだそうだ、黙って聞いてりゃ。なんだその言い方は。
Amazing. What will you teach me?
インピー特製ハイパー防犯グッズの使い方かな。
Oh my god, this is
ならば、インピー自身を傍観役に据えて、いろいろ効果を試せるということか。
Yeah, let's go.
おいバン、お前出会って1日でよくそんだけ悪態吐けるな。距離感間違えてんじゃねえよ。
We're not that close. I love that it, like he becomes a part of the group for one day and already he's joined in the group on ribbing on Impy. It's
いい
great.
よ。私は何も間違えていない。お前との距離感は永遠にこの
もうちょっと縮まれよ、寂しいな。
Oh my gosh, Impy.
ほらいいや、俺は君との距離が縮まればいいのさ。ねえ、カルディアちゃん。
I think you and I are about as close as we should be too.
未来を決めつけないで。運命に逆らってこその愛の戦士だよ、カルディアちゃん。
I really don't intend on becoming a warrior of love, Impy. After breakfast, I follow Impy to a back corner of the mansion's grounds.
よーし、じゃあ今日の講義はここで行います。
Alright. I look at the surroundings and Impy glances at me with a puzzled expression.
どうしたの？キョロキョロしちゃって。
This place feels different from the other parts of the mansion.
そりゃそうでしょう。ここは天才技師インピーさんの専用工房だからね。
You have a studio in Saint Germain's home?
もともとは庭師の物置小屋だったんだけどね。改装させてもらったんだ。ここで日々天才的な発明が行われてるってわけ。
So, are the defensive devices you want to give me here as well? Aw, snap. Aw, snap indeed. I'm just checking. Okay.
その通り。ちょっと待ってね。あれでもない、これでもない。
Impy rummages around in a pile of apparent junk and grabs something.
じゃーん！危ない人発見器！
It's the dangerous dude detector. Impy holds up something that looks like a small doll. What does it do?
アジアにはこういう言葉がある。プリンスは危うきに近寄らず、危ないもんには近づくなって意味なんだけどさ。その危ない人を立ちどころに感知するのがこの機械。
How does it
ここ
do
にあ
that?
るレンズでね、発汗量や視線の動き、体のわずかな動きを感知。近くに怪しい人がいると音で知らせてくれる仕組みってわけ。ちょっと使ってみる？ルパンとかバンとか近くにいたらきっと警報が鳴っちゃうぜ。
Lupin and Von Helsing will set it off? Alright, I'll try it. I press a button on the doll's back. It instantly begins to make noise.
おってことはこの辺に危ないやつがいるってことだ。ルパンかな？バンかな？それともルパンとバンかな？
Oh my gosh, Impy. Why do you dislike those two so much? I turned the doll off and asked Impy.
いや嫌いってわけじゃないけどさ、この辺で危ないやつって言ったらあいつらだけじゃん。
Yep, they are very powerful. Are you sure? They don't seem to be anywhere near here anyway.
きっと姿を隠して君のことを観察してんのさ。くそ、覗き窓もめ。
Peeping who?
おっと、君の前で使うにはちょっとばかし下品な言葉だったかな。ごめんごめん、忘れてちょうだい。
I want to try something. I point the doll at Impy and press the button again. Um...
いや、違う。俺じゃないよ。いや、やだな。俺全然危なくないよ。
I take a few steps toward him. As far as this doll is concerned, it seems like you're a suspicious person.
冗談きついな。カルディアちゃん、それちょっと返して。
Here. Impy takes the doll from me with a smile.
そや
He's gonna throw it! If he slams it on the floor without hesitation, then stomps on it a few times.
ごめんね。不良品を渡して。
It was?
そうだよ。 俺みたいな完璧な紳士を捕まえて危ない人なんて景気が狂ってるいい証拠さ。
Oh, really?
疑問形挟まないで、可愛く小首かしげないで。ちょっと待っててよ。もっと使える防犯グッズがあったはずだから。
Okay, so we can either wait in anticipation or console him. And the right answer is to wait in anticipation. So that's what we're gonna do. At least I think. Let me double check. Let me double check. See. Yeah, okay. Okay, we're all good. We're all good. We're gonna wait in anticipation. I hope it's good.
本当？君みたいな可愛い子にそんなこと言われちゃったらもう頑張っちゃうしかないよね。あ、これなんてどう？インピー特製粘着爆弾。周囲10メートルが粘着液でべっとり。
What about the person using it?
もちろん使った本人もべっとりだ。
I think I'll pass on that device. After that, a lot of things happened. Am I doing this right?
そうそう。そこがスチームエンジンのスイッチ。で、こっちの丸いのがハンドル。これを回して進行方向を決められる。
Oh no, manual driving! Ugh, having to use the stick shift. That sounds awful. I'm so sorry, Cardia. I'm so sorry you don't have automatic driving yet.
それで、こっちのペダルを踏むと前進。反対を踏むとストップ&バックだ。
I'm a little nervous.
大丈夫だって。慣れれば簡単だよ。リラックスリラックス。
Impy has given up on trying to show me how to use his devices and is now trying to teach me how to operate a vehicle. The city of London is overflowing with steam engines. Learning how to operate machinery will be a handy skill. Today he is teaching me how to drive. If I could pilot an automobile, he says I can use it to escape if the mansion were to come under attack, for instance.
じゃ、行こうか。カルディアちゃん。
Go where?
このままここにいたら毒素が溜まって居場所がバレちゃうんでしょ？なら、ちょっとドライブと行こうよ。
You want me to drive?
そりゃそうさ。これは君の訓練も兼ねてるんだから。
All right. I'm prepared to die trying.
死ぬ気はちょっと困るな。これで事故ったらリアルにそうなるし。でもきっと大丈夫。気楽に行こう。
Take it easy, easy.
じゃ、愛のドライブに出発。
I'm unable to think of a coherent response to Impy's rambling, so I step on the accelerator. Oh no! I pray that this doesn't turn into an actual drive of death. Impy and I drive around and look at many places before the sun sets. A few days later, every day I was taught by someone new to protect myself in different ways. Lupin taught me methods to escape or getting out of a pinch. He showed me the importance of always being calm and having a plan. Von Helsing taught me fighting techniques and how to have the proper mindset when in a heated situation. Victor prepared several concoctions for me to use to protect myself. Impy taught me how to recognize the various steam engines used throughout London, as well as how to operate them. Danger Main always shows me the geography and topography of London in a way that I can easily understand. He's a good teacher. I feel like I've suddenly become more powerful, but they make sure to remind me that I'm only scratching at the surface. At the same time, those who aren't teaching me seem to be searching for all kinds of information. I wonder how that is going. One morning, the 6 familiar humans and 1 familiar dog are gathered around the dining table as usual. Cece!
アイザック関係なんだが、ちょっといい情報が手に入りそうだぜ。
The others trade glances at Lupin's sudden announcement.
情報というのはアイザックの行方が分かったとか。
朗報だろうな。
おっと、落ち着いてくれ。あくまで手に入りそうってだけだ。今は期待して続報を待てってところだな。
なんだよ、もったいつけるなよな。
まあいいじゃねえか。今のところ黄昏にも目立った動きは見られねえし。
Quit your winging? What is that word? Winging? I'm pretty sure that's a misspelling. It's probably supposed to be quit your whining. But winging is pretty fun.
カルディア、お前の教育も順調。充実した日々ってやつだ。
Yes, I think I'm starting to understand a great deal, slowly but surely.
彼女の言葉は本当だよ。危険な薬品の扱いに関しても応急処置の仕方についても基本的なことは全て教えた。
I'm happy to hear you say that.
私の教えている格闘術の完成度に比べればまだまだだ。
I love...
カルディア、お前の身体能力は驚異的だ。そこにこの私が格闘の技を教えている。
I love how proud they all are of her. They're all like, yeah, well, Cardia has learned so much under me. She's gonna be so awesome. Y'all don't even know, and it's all because of me. I love it. Like, it's, first of all, it's funny in context. Like, you know, having all these people being like, heck yeah, we teaching her, she's great. But another reason I love it is, like, so many visual novels, like, especially with female main characters, like, the main character isn't really able to do much, and it kind of has to rely on, like, the other guys to, like, do all the stuff. But I love how in this game, like, Cardia, like, she starts off being a damsel in distress, but then, like, the guys around her decide to teach her, like, how to do all the things they know, and she ends up, in some ways, by the end, like, even surpassing some of them in some ways. And I think that's really cool. I love that. I love how much she grows and how much she changes over the course of the game, and, like, just how much stronger she becomes. And is how she's able to basically stand alongside all of them as an equal by the end. And I feel like not a lot of these stories tend to be like that, and I do really appreciate that the story is like that.
もうそのあたりのチンピラ風情では武器を持ったところで相手にならない。
Aw, he's cute.
まったく野蛮なことこの上ねえぜ。戦わずして勝つ。これが究極の勝利だ。
I love how Lupin and Abraham, like, they're... I mean, Lupin has good dynamics with most of the cast, but, like, with Lupin and Impy, you know, it's like it's like a comedy routine, whereas Lupin and Abraham, it's very, like, they clash in a lot of ways, because, and in a way, it's because they're similar in a lot of ways, and it leads to some great moments of rivalry between the two. It's great.
こいつは俺のエリート教育をほぼ完璧にこなしてんだ。今さら格闘術なんざ必要ねえっての。
コソ泥になるための訓練がエリート教育か。聞いて呆れるな。お
う銃ぶっ放せば全て解決すると思ってるショットガンメガネ君よりか コソ泥の方がよっぽどスマートだと思うがな。
ほう。なんなら試してみるか。
They're gonna battle
は
it
い
out.
はい喧嘩すんなよ先生方。一番役に立ってるのは俺の機械操作の授業に決まってんだから。
いや、それはねえな。
あ、絶対にないな。お前が教えているのは軽薄な色恋沙汰じゃないのか。
お前らなんでそんな時だけ仲いいの？
Oh my gosh, I love them so much. They're so good. Ippy, your lessons are very educational. Thank you.
今ありがとうってほら言っただろな。
みんな朝食くらいもう少しマナーを守って食べようよ。
いいじゃないですか。賑やかな方が私は楽しいですよ。
Amazing. I've been keeping all the geographical information you give me in a notebook and reviewing it before going to bed.
私こそありがとうございます。あなたのおかげで楽しい余暇を過ごせていますから。
We all have fun talking as we eat. Compared to my first few days here, it seems that Victor and Von Helsing are slowly beginning to open up to everyone else. Yeah, we're all becoming a team. Of course I am too. All Tomodachis.
カルディア、実は君に渡すものがあるんだ。
Oh, snap. What is it?
少し前にルパンから頼まれていた贈り物だよ。
おお、あれか。さすが筆頭研究官、やるじゃねえか。
What's the gift? Victor takes a box from under his chair and hands it to me.
朝食が終わったら自分の部屋で開いてみて。僕たちはここで待ってるから、ぜひ感想を聞かせてほしいな。
I don't really understand, but alright. I'm curious about what's in the box, but I make my way through the breakfast. What's in the box? I then go back to my room and open it. It's... I see what it is and draw a small breath. He really made it for me. I spend some time getting ready, then head back and stand outside the door to the dining room. Victor, I'm ready. When I call out, I hear a commotion on the other side of the door.
よっ、待ってました。
何が始まるんだ。
麗しき我らが姫のお披露目会といったところでしょうか。
カルディア、どうぞ入って。
Alright. I feel a little embarrassed, but I also want to show everyone since they have put such effort into giving this to me. I'm coming in! Oh, look at the outfit! It's great! She looks so cute! And I love the hat so much. What do you think?
ああ、よく似合ってるぜ、カルディア。
サイズはどうかな。一応元の服を参考にするように仕立て屋には言っておいたんだけど。
It's perfect. It's easy to move around in.
そういった活発な服もいいですね。あなたの美しさがより際立ちます。
Yeah, she looks so cute. Beauty is saying a bit much.
美しいかどうかはともかく、確かにそれなら戦いの上では有利だな。機動性に優れている。何の問題がある。私たちの間柄では最も重要なことだろう。
やれやれバン、レディーの扱いがなってないね。さてはお前モテないだろう。
お前には関係ないことだ。
He's so upset. Please, Van Helsing, we need to get along.
カルディア、 それは君の血液から培養した液体を染み込ませた糸で作られている。もう分かっていると思うけど、その服は君の毒素を通さない。
Everyday protection. Clothing created by Victor after analyzing the heroine's anti-poison clothing. He reverse engineered the technology to create a more comfortable outfit that doubles as a disguise. Hats and other sartorial accoutrements have been created as well.
元の服より動きやすさを考慮したデザインになっているし、予備も用意したから、これからはそれを着て生活するといい。
Oh, good. I looked down at myself again. It's the first time wearing something different than what I wore when I awoke. I'm a little embarrassed, but very happy. Thank you so much, Victor. In addition to the clothes, he had prepared some poison-proof tableware for me using the same method. I appreciate all that Victor has done. Sometime later.
本格的な教育機関もそろそろおしまいだ。情報の裏付けができ次第、お前らにも計画に参加してもらうぞ。
だからその情報&計画ってのは何なんだよ。隠すなよ。教えろよ。
いよいよ本格指導ということでしょうか。
約束通り手は貸してやる。だが本当に私を動かすに足る計画なんだろうな。
効果的な計画であることには間違いねえよ。その時が来るまでうちの大切なレディに教育の仕上げをしてやってくれ。
I'd appreciate if you could continue teaching me for a little while longer. You're so cute, look at her!
こちらこそ短い期間ではあるんだろうけど、教えられる限りのことは教えるよ。
それではカルディアさん、今日は誰の授業をお望みですか？
And we're gonna go Impy again, of course. Of course. Just like before. There we go. Well then, Impy, would you teach me?
はいはい、待ってました。万事俺に任せておいてよ、カルディアちゃん。
おいインピー、真面目に教育しろよ。こいつの身の安全がかかってるんだからな。
待ってるって。今日は何を訓練する？デートの方法、愛のささやき方、それとももっと過激なのがお好みかな？
お前の頭を吹き飛ばす日が来たか。痛まないよ。
なんで銃構えてんだよ。冗談だっての。
Amazing. I prefer something that would help me fight or escape, Impy.
なるほどね。レディの頼みとあれば、このインピー答えないわけにはいかないね。
確かインピーが教えているのは機械操作の訓練でしたね。
まあね、オートモービルの運転は大方マスターしてるかな。
へえ、オートモービルを運転できるのか。それはすごいじゃないか。
Yes, it was a lot of hard work.
よーし、まだあれには乗せる気なかったけど、せっかくのご指名だ。出してきちゃおっかな。
What is it?
それは見てのお楽しみ。
ああ、あれですか。飛ばすことを止めはしませんが、墜落しないように気をつけてくださいね。
やだな、サンちゃん。俺の自慢のあれが墜落するわけないっしょ。
え、僕はあれが墜落するところ。
Oh my gosh.
私も見たな。あれは盛大な爆発だった。
危うく屋敷を火の海に仕掛けておいて、よくもまあ墜落しないなんて言えるもんだぜ。
Impy, explosion? Flames? What could they be talking about? How could I not have noticed this happening?
いやいや大丈夫だって。始まる前からそんな嫌そうな顔しないで。ノープロブレムだよ。
No problem. I have reservations. After breakfast, Impy and I head to our usual spot at his studio. Will we be driving today too? I love that hat. I want that hat.
ドライブはドライブでも、今日はちょっと違う趣向で行ってみたいと思います。
Change things up? How? Impy grins and runs towards something large covered by a tarp. Covered by a tarp. Let's just go with that. He energetically pulls the tarp away.
じゃじゃーん、こちらです。
There is a strangely shaped machine there, something with wings on it. It's large. This gauge and these controls looks like some kind of automobile. Is this some sort of vehicle?
大当たり。さあさあ、乗ってみてちょうだい。まずはどんな乗り物なのか、俺が動かしてみるからさ。
I follow Impy's lead and climb into the vehicle. The interior is rather cramped. The two of us barely squeeze inside.
さて、行くよ。
Impy steps on a lever with his foot, and the machine lets out a gust of steam. Then, with great power, the wings begin to flap up and down. My hair and clothing is being whipped in the wind, and then... the machine lifts off the ground and hovers. Impy, we're floating!
Yes! 見ての通り、羽ばたき式飛行機、いわゆるオーニソプターってやつさ。
Ornithopter. A flying machine that flies by flapping its wings like a bird or insect. Smaller than the common airplane, they are capable of nimble movements and sharp turns. Interesting. So like a helicopter, but different.
カルディアちゃん、きちんと味わってよ。空のドライブにご招待だぜ。
Ah, this is cool. As Impy finishes this speech, the Ornithopter rises higher and higher. Wow, we're flying! I clutch Impy's arm without thinking. The mansion already looks tiny. I didn't imagine that being so far from the ground would cause me such anxiety. This won't fall, will it?
平気平気、きちんと調整したもんよ。
What everyone else had said before it pops into my mind. Didn't they say it crashed? Impy, have you ever properly flown this machine?
今日が飛行初成功の歴史的な第一歩さ。
That means every time up to now, I have to stop thinking about this. I can't let it get to me. Poor Cardia.
せっかくなんだし、楽しんじゃおうぜ、カルディアちゃん。
The Ornithopter gains speed as we fly higher and higher. Soon, a sea of white clouds is spread out above us. My vision becomes completely white, but just for a moment. We pass through the clouds quickly and... a scene of vast beauty meets our eyes. The clouds glisten white in the sun, and the blue sky goes on as far as we can see. The wind is calm and there is a profound silence, as if the entire world has stopped. What about the pressure? This is amazing. Are we okay? My fear is gone, evaporated by the sheer marvel of the spectacle before me. What about the air pressure?
本当にすごいね。この高度まで上がったのは初めてだよ。俺も驚きだ。
The Ornithopter puffs steam from time to time while hovering in midair. Impy says the most amazing things about this machine is that it can remain in one spot by being its wings.
雲の上は別世界だって飛行船に乗った連中は自慢するけど、 今なら自慢する気持ちもわかるな。
Yes, it's so unreal. For a while, the two of us do nothing but stare out at the clouds and the sun. Then Impy suddenly looks at me as if a thought had occurred to him.
じゃ、カルディアちゃん、今度は君が操縦する番だぜ。
So we can say, are you sure or not gonna happen? Of course we're gonna say, oh my god. Of course we're gonna say, are you sure? Are you sure?
もちろん、そもそもそういう訓練だしね。いざという時は俺がサポートするから大丈夫。ささ、まずは操縦桿を握って。
I forgot I didn't set it on auto again. He scoots over and I take his seat and grab the control stick. I feel a sense of responsibility and unease, but exhilaration as well, just knowing that I am operating this machine myself. I slowly move the ornithopter according to Impy's instructions. Like this?
そうそう。ゆっくりならそれほど難しくないでしょ。
Yes, it's not that hard. We continue for a while in this way, enjoying seeing the sights in the air. For a while, we drift through the sky. As the angle of the sun shifts, the world's features change. The wind is calm, the silence peaceful. I can't shake the strange feeling that this is all just a beautiful dream. It's now dusk, and the clouds are saturated with a red-orange glow.
科学の力ってやっぱりすげえな。
I nod at Impy, who sounds impressed. Then I gently add, it definitely is, but you're amazing too, Impy. Impy laughs.
そう、俺はすげえんだぜ。何せ、いつか月に行く男だからさ。
Impy's smile makes him look like a little boy.
主よ、我らの食船とする賜物を祝福してください。これらの食事が罪深き我々の体の糧、心の糧となることをお許しください。では皆さん、いただきましょう。
Breakfast begins with the Count praying as it does every morning. Lupin, Von Helsing, Victor, Impy, and Saint Germain. And me, and Cece. These meals, with 6 human faces and 1 canine face, have become familiar to me.
このサラダ美味しいね。
ああ、わかる？わかっちゃう？それさ、新作ドレッシング使ってんだよ。味見した時、俺も感動で震えちゃってさ。
Impy, you should teach me how to cook.
これほど繊細な味をこんなそやな男が作り出しているとは。
He has a delicate heart, that's why, Von
おい
Helsing.
お前は何か一言付け足さないと人を褒められない病気か何かか？
インピ、あなたが相手だと誰しも一言付け足さずにはいられなくなるのです。
ああ、なるほどなるほど。全部俺のせいか。そうだと思ってたんだよね。ってそんなわけあるか。なんだよサンちゃんまで。もう飯作ってやらないかんな。
Hee hee. Hee hee. You're all so funny. What's the matter?
おい、見たか今の。
ええ、確かに見ましたよ。
あれだけ堂々とやったんだ。見逃すと思うか？
What's going on?
カルディア、君がすごく楽しそうに笑っていたから、僕も含めて。
As if I am.
みんな驚いていた。
I am enjoying myself. I was laughing?
おお、超笑ってた。いい笑顔だったぜ。
いいね。笑うとさらに可愛さが引き立つじゃん。さすが未来のバービケン夫人。
勝手に結婚を取り付けるな。
Don't force a marriage on her. It's been a while since I've really laughed.
俺たちは見るのも初めてだけどな。
ああ、もしかすると笑うことができないのではないかと若干心配していた。
あれどうでもいい感じを装ってたけど、ワンも彼女を気にしてたんだね。
Yeah, Van Helsing is just a
若干
tsundere.
と言ってるだろう。だいたいこれまで訓練を
He's such a tsundere.
情が映るのは当然だろう。
Uh,
お前って思った以上にめんどくさいやつなのね。いや、というよりもピュアなの。
what does that
黙
mean?
れインピ。次に私を侮辱して承知しないぞ。
You're done.
お前こそ次に俺をバカにしたら飯抜きにしてやるかんな。
They're like little boys fighting.
二人とも騒ぐのは構いませんが、食べ物をひっくり返さないでくださいね。
まったく、あの二人は喧嘩ばっかり。うわシシダメだよ。
Oh, I
テーブルの上
see,
に
I'm
登った
gonna
ら
kiss you. Mwah.
もしかすると彼も彼女の笑顔を見ることができて、はしゃい
Izzy
で
is
いるのかも
great.
しれ
Look
ま
at
せん
his little top hat. I love it so much. His little top hat and his little bow tie and his little heart-shaped mark. He's so cute. He's the cutest corgi ever. I just want to hug him and squeeze him and kiss him and pet him. I love him. Best character.
こりゃある意味記念日だな。
Guys, you're taking this too far. I think my smile made this meal more lively than usual. You guys, it's embarrassing if you all make a big fuss over it.
みな騒ぎたくなるほど嬉しかったのですよ。大切なあなたの笑顔が見れ
The group. I love all of them so much. The team, the gang, the squad. This is exactly what I was talking about before, where, like, one of my favorite things in a lot of these stories is, like, the found family aspect. Like, forget about the romance stuff. The found family is so good. And the sad thing is, a lot of times once the story ends, it's like, oh, we all had a great time, but now we all go our separate ways. And it's like, no! But the squad! And, like, this story is the same way, where once you beat her out, like, it's like, oh, everybody left to go do their separate things. And while I will say this series, this particular game does do a bit of a better job, where it shows, like, especially in the sequels, that everyone is still connected, that we all still hang out for things, you know? It's just we're not all living under the same roof anymore, but we all still are basically like a found family. Like, that's better than most. Like, for most of these, it's like, oh, we all went our separate ways and we never met each other again. Whereas this, it's like, we all still meet up from time to time. Which works for me, you know? Better than most. But it still would have been great if we all just stuck together anyway.
ええ、もちろんです。これからも私たちにその笑顔を見せてくださいね。
I'm sure it'll happen again when I'm having so much fun with all of you. Aww, a cutie. At this, everyone else looks around and smiles too. Aww, the gang, the squad. We talked for a while then.
話は変わるが、カルディア、訓練の方はどうだ？うまくいってるか？
Lupin looks serious. Not as well as I'd like. The more I train, the more I see parts of me that need improvement.
大丈夫。それは君が成長している証拠だよ。
ああ、それにお前の学習能力の高さ、身体能力の高さには私も舌を巻く。多少自信を
Eee.
持っても罰は当たらないだろう。
I love them all so much. Are you sure? That's good to hear.
そうそう、自信持ってこうぜ。このインピーさんもバッチリ保証しちゃうからさ。
Everyone's words make me genuinely happy, and I nod to everyone in return.
全員が認めるまで来たってことか。それならちょうどいいタイミングだな。
Lupin looks around and grins.
さて諸君、この泥棒紳士アルセーヌ・ルパン様がとっておきの情報を取ってきてやったぜ。行動の時だ、みんな。
Aw, snap. We fall silent at Lupin's words, waiting to hear what he has to say next. And he says something that none of us could expect. Aw, snap. Oh, next chapter, chapter 4. We're at the next chapter. Let's go.
黄昏の長を誘拐する。
What? Lupin? What the frick? For a moment, we are all awestruck by what Lupin had just said.
ごめん、聞き間違いかも。もう一度言ってもらえる？
英国諜報組織黄昏のトップの人間をさらってくるって言ったんだよ。
っておいおい、いきなり派手なこと言い出すな。何それ、マジで言ってんの？
いろいろと対策を取っちゃいるが、ここでずっと隠れて過ごせると思うほど俺は楽天家じゃねえ。長期戦は俺たちに不利だ。こっちから攻める必要がある。
That action will be kidnapping? Lupin nods with determination.
黄昏のトップともなりゃあらゆることの中心人物だ。多くの謎に迫るために最も有効な方法、それは直接本人に聞くことだ。
私たち全員がそれぞれの目的に近づくための鍵となり得る人物、黄昏の長こそがそれだとお前は判断したわけか。
Lupin quietly nods.
なるほど、それで誘拐というわけですか。
Saint Germain says this as casually as asking for a glass of water. Lupin nods.
だが待て、誘拐するということは相手の情報を掴んだということだろ。相手は仮にも諜報組織の長だぞ。ルパン、一体どうやってその情報を手に入れた？
俺を誰だと思ってんだよ。大泥棒アルセーヌ・ルパン様だぜ。お宝も機密情報も盗むことに差はねえよ。
And it smooch him.
黄昏の情報を盗んできたっていうの？一体どこから？
ああ、それはよ、ちょっと前に街中歩いてたらやけに訓練された気配がついてくるんでな。大方黄昏の末端だろうって見当をつけて、そいつを巻いた後逆につけてやったんだ。そうしたら見事にビンゴ。あとは奴らの窮屈な格好にくるまって見回りご苦労、ところでって感じに聞き出したわけさ。
はは、なるほど。お得意の変装術で聞き出したということですか。それにしても一流の諜報組織相手によくも紛れ込めたものです。人を出し抜くことに関しては右に出る者はいませんね。
恐ろしいやつ。
It's scary. I love him.
偶然っちゃ偶然だが、それを逃さずチャンスに変えるのも泥棒の心得。そっからは情報の裏付けに走り回って、昨夜ようやく確信を得たってわけだ。
黄昏ってこの国で最も優れたエリート工作員の集団だよ。その尾行に気づいただけじゃなくやり返すって。
なーに、驚くことじゃねえさ。元から才能があった上に教育が良かったからな。
Education? Like a thief academy? Perhaps you mean something similar to the training I myself was undergoing.
それで黄昏の長とやらはどこに現れる？
I take a breath in anticipation. I like his stern face there. Something about Von Helsing's expression gives me chills when our eyes meet.
ずいぶん怖い顔するじゃねえか。目標のやつとお前の言うあの男とやらは何か関係でもあるのか？
お前が知る必要はない。
The air is tense and my chest is tight. The dining room falls silent for a while, and the Count is the first to speak.
それで目的の人物はどこにやってくるのですか？現れる場所によって計画の難易度も大きく左右されるかと思いますが。
列車だ。
A train. Heck yeah. What's a train? Everyone looks at me in surprise. Is this something I should know about? I feel a bit embarrassed as I ask.
あれ蒸気機関車って知らない？石炭を食うバカでけえ鉄の馬って感じかな。
These massive machines use a steam engine to travel along rails. According to Impy, they are like steel horses that feed on coal. Yeah, he just said that. An iron horse. Perhaps it's something like an automobile.
それに関しては口で説明するよりも実際に見た方が分かりやすいだろう。ルパンの言う計画を実行に移すなら近いうちに嫌でも目にすることになるだろうしな。
Lupin nods and continues.
目標は近くウォータールーから列車に乗り込み北方の軍事工場を視察する予定になってる。
Waterloo Station. In reality, a major station in London with many terminals servicing the southwestern regions. Within our story, it is where the protagonist first sees a steam train.
俺が手に
The
入れた
Battle of
のはこ
Waterloo.
の視察の間の身辺警護に関する情報ってわけだ。
I might have
詳細は後で
been
みんなに
there.
も見せる。
I don't know.
資料そのものを盗んできたのか？
まさか盗みがバレれば当然相手は警戒する。警護の方法も移動経路も変えられちまう。要点を覚えて後で書き出したんだよ。移動中の列車内は視察中最も警備が薄くなる。俺たちはこの列車に潜んで目標をかっさらうってわけさ。
そんなそれはいくらなんでも大胆すぎるよ。
I agree with Victor. Lupin had repeatedly told me in my training that you should never commit to a battle that you aren't sure you can win.
面白いと思いますよ。もし本当に実行するというのなら私は惜しみなく力を貸しましょう。
面白いですか？
しかしいくら警護が薄いとはいえ多勢に無勢。勝ち目は薄いような気もしますが。
だいたいよ走ってる列車からさらうってどうやるんだよ。走行中の機関車からダイブすんの？
心配すんなって考えはある。
まずは二手に分かれる。列車内部で騒ぎを起こし敵勢力の分断をする役。もう一つは目標を実際に連れ去る役だ。そして鉄道を使うならば本人だけを連れ出さずとも誘拐する方法もある。それは鉄道途中にある視線を使う方法。ルパン、お前は車両そのものを奪い去るつもりだろう。
車両ごと誘拐？
それはまた大胆な発想ですね。ますます興味が湧いてきましたよ。
おお、まさかバレちまうとは。とにかくバンの言う通りだ。それに奪った後は簡単だ。線路途中にオートモービルを待機。 それに乗っておさらばってわけ。危険がないわけじゃねえ。だが賞賛も間違いなくあるんだ。どうだこの賭け、乗る気はないか？
ちょっとばかり請求すぎるような気もすんな。
危険を冒すだけの価値はある。手を貸してやろう。
僕は反対だ。リスクが大きすぎる。
私はどちらでも皆さんの選択に従いますから。
Going to help count?
ええ、もちろんですとも。せっかくの機会なんですから皆さんとお出かけしたいじゃないですか。
伯爵、それは何か違う気が。
Yeah, it's like, oh, we're gonna do this dangerous mission. Oh, it's like we finally get to go out for a little stroll together, a little party.
いろんな問題を一気に解決するいい策だ。カルディア、お前はどう思う？
Me, So we can say we either agree, disagree, or can't decide. And for this route, we're gonna disagree. Even though I do actually agree, but we gotta go Impy route, and Impy was not agreeing with it. So we gotta be the same as our boy, because the way Japanese VNs work is you gotta just side with whoever you like instead of being your own character, which sucks. Why Western VNs tend to be better a lot of the time. Because you can love someone and still not agree with them, you know? You don't always have to be on the same page. That's completely normal. But you know, whatever. I'm against this. It's too dangerous. I understand that you want to put an end to the problem as soon as you can in order to avoid danger, but it's wrong to jump into a new dangerous situation to get out of an older one.
僕もその意見に賛成だ。的確な指摘だと思うよ。
俺もどっちかっていうと彼女の意見を支持したいから。
Yeah, I gotta be on their side with this. Their words give me strength. I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks Lupin's plan is too dangerous.
悪いがこの計画に中止はない。反対する者がいるならここに残っていればいい。私は
Wow!
一人でも向かわせてもらう。
Hearing Von Helsing's words, we all look around at one another.
反対するお前たちの意見もわかる。最悪、俺とバンの二人で何とかするさ。
Oh, the duo!
わかった。僕も参加しよう。使える駒は多い方がいいだろ。可能な限り手伝うよ。
しゃあねえな。何が起きても知らねえかんな。
Me too. I can't stay behind while the rest of you put yourselves in danger.
結局全員参加ですか。大丈夫。ルパンは引き際をわきまえています。本当に危なくなったら逃げてくれますよ。
All right.
じゃ、全員賭けに乗るってことでいいんだな。
Hi. We all nod in determination, agreeing with Lupin's sentiment.
その心意気には必ず応える。約束するぜ。それじゃあ、これから作戦の詳細に入るが、その前に一つだけ言っておくことがある。
To put our own lives first, right?
その通りだ。よくわかってるじゃねえか。
It was all you said in training. Lupin gives me a small bow.
カルディア、俺たちはお前に適当な教育はしてねえ。心配はするな。必ず役に立てる。
I'll do my best.
みんなもそれでいいな。
こうなった以上はね。全力でサポートするよ。
お前たちが役に立つかどうかよりも足を引っ張られないかが心配だ。
ついに俺の秘密道具の数々が火を吹く時が来たか。任せときなって。
私も参戦させていただきますが、インピーの発明品は文字通りの意味で
I hope they don't literally go up in flames.
サンちゃんひでよし、
全員参加なら
Oh my
賞
gosh.
賛は十分ありだ。それじゃ作戦の詳細について説明するぜ。
Hi, Rolf. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? I love you very much. I hope you're doing well. How was the D&D? How was the D&D campaign? I miss you. Playing more some Code Realize right now. Still on the first route, and we're still in the common route as well. Yeah, it's another episode of Steampunk Pretty Boys. Let's go! I love this game so much. Right now, Rolf, basically all you missed was the gang taught me all their skills. Like, I basically spent many days just training with all of them, and they taught me all their abilities. So, Cardia is much stronger now, so she won't just be a damsel in distress anymore. Now she can actually do stuff on her own, and she'll only get stronger as the game goes on, which is pretty great. I do love that aspect. But yeah, and now Lupin has this plan where he has decided to steal away the leader of the organization that's after us, Twilight, the security organization that's the top tier one. We're gonna steal away the leader of Twilight, and the way that he's decided to do it is by, he found out that Twilight's gonna be on this train that's heading for this area, and he plans on stealing the train car that the leader is on so that they can basically kidnap him and get information out of him. So that's their plan at the moment. It was fun. We're infiltrating an enemy base and it's pretty tough. We're only with 3 characters at the moment because the 4th got kidnapped. Player's on a honeymoon for the next 3 sessions. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I know, right? FF Train Mission, it does have very similar vibes. Yeah. Heck yeah. Settings on trains is always great. But yeah, heck yeah. I hope that player has a great honeymoon. Let's go. Love to hear it. Lupin spreads a map out on the table. We gather around it and take in the highly detailed notations all over it. Then we begin to make plans. For the next few days, things are chaotic. Everyone has a lot of things to do, like checking the railroad paths, creating devices, and learning Twilight's defenses. We all spend all of our time preparing for our parts in the plan, as its execution takes place in only a few short days. Also, we're on chapter 4 right now. Once we finish this chapter, we'll be halfway through the common route. So this game has a pretty long common route. But yeah, the one thing I will say is that once we do the common route one time, we can basically skip most of it for the next routes. When I go through the next routes, we can basically skip all of it. I'll just use the skip button to go through everything we've seen before and just watch any new scenes that happen with picking different choices for the different routes. So it won't take as long the second time around. But yeah. 6 weeks of hiking through New Zealand sounds like a pretty dope honeymoon to me. Heck yeah, especially if you're a big hiking fan. That sounds great. Being in the outdoors, all that fresh air and probably beautiful scenery and whatnot. Sounds like a good time. Honestly, I don't know what I would want to do for a honeymoon. Like, I'm thinking about it. I mean, it would be cool to travel somewhere. You know, like, go to London or something, maybe. Like, I think for me, I would love to visit, like, lots of cool museums and locations and stuff. I think that would be cool. That would probably be my big thing, because I love going to museums. I love visiting, you know, interesting locations and stuff. I also like amusement parks, so there's always that too. Definitely. I think that kind of stuff would be pretty cool. A lot of times people go to, like, the beach, you know, for a honeymoon, like, go to, like, some tropical, like, place for a honeymoon, but I don't do well with the heat. Like, I get hot really easily, whereas with the cold, I can handle the cold pretty well. Like, I would say, for me, my comfortable area temperature is, like, early 70s to early 40s, I would say. Like, or maybe, I would say maybe late 40s, I guess. Late 40s to early 70s. Like, that's, like, my temperature. Like, I feel comfortable in those temperatures. If it's any hotter, I'm too hot. If it's any colder, I'm too cold. So I like to be in places that are more in, like, that kind of middle ground, you know? And so that's why I feel like a tropical, like, thing like that wouldn't really be my cup of tea, just because I feel like it would be so hot there. I would be like, I'll get all sunburned. It will be awful. Like, I love swimming and stuff, but I think for that, I would rather go to a place like Lake Placid, you know, where I can swim in water, but the temperatures are still more on the colder side and the water is cool and everything. Like, that's what I would like. Because I do love to swim and everything. It's just I wouldn't want to be in, like, super hot temperatures. So there's that. Like, going to a place like that in the mountains or whatever would be cool. Going to a place with a lot of museums would be cool. Even going to an amusement park would be cool. But yeah, I don't think I would do a hiking thing, because as much as I do like to walk in some areas and do some hiking, I don't know if I would want to spend, like, an entire honeymoon just hiking. But it's cool. It's so cool. Impy and Victor seem to have the most to do. Impy is creating a device to control the switches, and Victor's making chemicals. He's making chemicals. They've both been working day and night. I hate the heat of summer, but also the short days of winter, so really I'm only comfortable for about 2 weeks in the spring and autumn. I mean, yeah, same for me. I think my favorite season of the year is autumn. I love the autumn season. That is absolutely my favorite season as well. It's like, that's the time of the year where I feel like the temperatures are the most perfect. I don't mind the short days of winter, because I tend to prefer the dark anyway. Like, I'm not really a big fan of the sun being out and blinding my eyes. I feel like I'm a vampire most of the time. Like, I do better just in the dark. So I often go for walks at night, because I like just being in the dark and just having the coolness of night and whatever. The one thing about winter, though, is it then gets really cold sometimes, and then that's not fun. So that's why I like fall, because the days tend to be a bit shorter, and the weather is nice. Like, it's like the best of all worlds for me. Whereas summer is too hot, spring, that's when the days get longer and it gets warmer and warmer, so I'm like, ugh. I love rain, that's the thing. That's the thing, Rolf. I love going out in the rain, especially since, like, I'll be one of the only people that's out in the rain, so I'll have, like, my umbrella out and just be walking in the rain and nobody else is around. It's a good time. Well, that's the thing, Rolf, is I can't wear sunglasses because I wear, you know, glasses, and putting sunglasses on top of glasses is too much of a pain. So I end up just going out without anything. And I used to have it so that my glasses would change. Like if I went outside in the sun, it would darken. But that changed once once they put in the blue light protection on my glasses for like looking at computer screens. Like they can't do both. They can't have blue light protection and UV protection, I guess, at the same time, which is sad. So, and because I tend to, like, as much as I hate the glare of the sun, like, I don't really go out during the day that much, but I do stare at computers a lot. So in the end, like, the blue light is more of an issue than the UV light. Yeah. Yeah, I would say I'm fine with rain as long as it's not super windy. To me, it's like having the wind and rain is a problem. Because then, like, it doesn't matter if you have, like, an umbrella, because the wind will just blow all the rain in your face anyway. Whereas if it's raining but there's no wind, you can just take out an umbrella and you're fine. You're not gonna get wet. And I'm fine. I like the wind, but if it's windy, I don't want it to be raining. And if it's raining, I don't want it to be windy. And that's the thing. The optician I go to always has a second pair free thing, so I get sunglasses as my second. Heck yeah. I mean, I guess that's what I could do is, like, I could get, like, 2 pairs, and one pair would be, like, for your blue light, and then I would have another pair that's, like, for UV light. And so I can always have, like, glasses that I can properly see with, but will protect me from different types of bad light. That is a possibility. As for me, I try to stay out of the way. There isn't much I can do compared to them, but I spend my time doing small tasks to aid them as best as I can. Does mean you have to carry the other pair around just in case, yeah. The person after me, Twilight's leader. We will soon meet them face to face. They are trying to set in motion a plan that could affect the entire world, starting by capturing me. I wonder what they need me for. There are so many things I want to know. What reason do they have for chasing me? What about my father and the Hororo Gyum? Why did I lose my memory? I prepare for our upcoming meeting, hoping that at least some of these mysteries will be solved. Let's see. I look up at the night sky and sigh. We act tonight on the very last train. It's about time to leave. Everyone is wrapping up their preparations. As of now, I haven't been given a clear role or action in the group's plan. Lupin says he'll decide what I should do once we're there. But because of this, I'm feeling somewhat anxious. Isn't there anything I can do to help? Everybody should be in the mansion now. Maybe I should go visit one of them. And of course, since we're doing Impy's route, we're gonna check on Impy. Okay, check on Impy. I think I'll go see what Impy's up to. He's taught me how to operate machines and how to build simple devices. Perhaps there might be something I can help him with right now. He's probably in his studio in the back. I leave the mansion and head for the yard. Then I hear Impy shout in surprise, followed by a loud noise. Was that an explosion? I run towards Impy's shack. I heard something. Are you alright?
大丈夫大丈夫ちょっと新型のネオスチームエンジンを搭載しようと思ったんだけど
Impy smiles grimly as he struggles out of a cloud of smoke.
加圧しすぎちゃってさこうボーンってね
Boom! Yes, I heard it.
だけどこれくらいなら問題なし何せ俺は天才技師だから
What does being an engineer have to do with it?
それより見てよこの間乗せたオーニソプター 予備のスチームエンジンを用意しといて助かったぜ。
The weighing machine is a short distance from the scene of the explosion.
こいつは今回の計画の要になるからね。
Are we going to fly again?
お、空の旅がお気に召した？
Yes, it was very fun.
そっか。そりゃこいつを作った甲斐がある。また機会を見つけていこうね。
Yes, let's. You're amazing, Impy. Now that you've taught me so much, I understand just how incredible you really are.
おお、何？俺に惚れたって話？
No, that's not it.
ものすごく自然体で否定したね。
Did you have someone teach you about engineering and all this?
近所に住む偏屈なじいさんにかな。まあどっちかっていうと共同開発者って感じだったけどさ。
Impy looks a bit nostalgic as he talks, absentmindedly spinning his wrench around and around in his hand.
どっかで本格的に習ったわけじゃねえけど、科学ってやつの素晴らしさは誰よりも分かってるつもりだぜ。
You're probably right. Yeah, even on his route, she stonewalls him, yeah. Impy smiles so confidently that I can't help but agree with him. I keep talking with him for a while. Listening to Impy excitedly talk about his machines gradually calms my nerves. The station is filled with people. Some people are greeting those exiting the train, others are waiting for the night's last train, others simply watch the trains. Our plane will be going off very soon. You've all come to Waterloo Station, one of London's many train stations. We are here to see the train we'll board. The final train will arrive at this platform and leaves in another 2 hours. Lupin suggested that we take this time to get a good look at the actual train. Hey, that looks like a train station in the Netherlands? Heck yeah! Heck yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I love old train stations. They look pretty cool. There was one that I used to visit a lot in Kansas City with my sister and her husband. And that place was pretty cool. It wasn't, I don't think it was really used anymore. Or maybe it was for like some things, but just not a lot as it used to be, of course. But it had like a lot of like museums and stuff in it, and like stores and things like that. And so it was nice to just visit to see things and visit for all the different events and stuff, because I think like the museum would change every once in a while, so it was always like a new exhibit. It was cool. In any case, there are so many people here. I still love that hat.
オートモービルが普及して飛行船が空を飛んでも蒸気機関車は相変わらず主流の交通手段だからな。
Like, here's the thing, like, people point out that unlike Cyberpunk, where, yes, there's the aesthetic stuff to it, but for a big thing about Cyberpunk is the political ideas in it. Like, it's meant to show kind of like, here's the route that we're currently on, here's the future that we have, and it looks pretty grim. Like, it's supposed to be like a satire on a lot of the issues that we have today. And people will be like, well, steampunk, despite, you know, coming from cyberpunk, doesn't really do the same thing. Like, it doesn't really have, like, a message like cyberpunk does, and that is true. Like, steampunk doesn't really do that, but I will say, the steampunk aesthetic is great. Like, there is a reason why steampunk is pretty popular, and it's mostly because the aesthetic is pretty rad. But yeah, like, anytime I see steampunk outfits, I'm like, I wish I had those outfits. Ooh. Let me check it out. Opening it. Oh yeah, that is very similar. It also reminds me of some of the train stations I visited when I was in London as well. So maybe it had just similar architects, maybe. Let me see if I can find the Kansas City train station that I was thinking. Like, I think it's called Union Station. Yeah. Let me see. I'll just post a link, I guess, to the Wikipedia page. Why not? I didn't feel like finding a way to show it on screen. Maybe. I don't know. All I know is that, like, I'm pretty sure some of the stations in London looked pretty similar too. But yeah, that's the Union Station that I went to with the fam every once in a while. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in there. Besides, like, just being a historical location. Lupin was right. Even though we are being pursued by the government, as long as we blend in with confidence, no one notices. Van Helsing is standing back a small ways away, so we don't stand all together. Saint Germain is standing by elsewhere. For now, it seems that no one is paying attention to us. I know, right? Whoever drew, like, somebody had to draw all these backgrounds and everything, and it must have been a time to draw all of this. Yeah, background artists have to do a lot. Backgrounds are usually the hardest part of drawings, to be honest.
そろそろのはずだぜ。楽しみにしてな。きっと驚く。
Lupin looks at his pocket watch as he answers me.
噂をすれば、ほら、来たよ。
I turn my gaze to the other end of the platform and see something black approaching out of the darkness and get bigger. Then... Oh, there's a train! It lets out a roaring whistle that hurts my ears as an iron machine lets off steam and comes to a stop. It looks more like a black metal mountain than any kind of vehicle. Aw, snap. I'm struck speechless at the powerful presence of the huge machine before us. Ippy had told me about it, but I didn't think it would be such an intense experience to see and hear it in person. I know, right? The hats are so good. Like, steampunk hats, top tier hats. And I love the hat that she's wearing. I want this hat so much. This is the locomotive.
お、やっぱ驚く？俺も初めて見たときは驚いたもんだよ。科学ってのはこんなものまで動かすのかってさ。
Yes, it's amazing. I'm unable to take my eyes off the locomotive.
蒸気機関車にはネオスチームエンジンを搭載していないんだよね。昔ながらの手法でそのまま走らせているんだ。
いやいやフラン、こいつは例外だぜ。ネオスチームエンジンを補助に使って馬力を飛躍的に増強してる。
Oh, so it's basically a bullet train.
こんだけたくさんの客車を運べるお化け列車になったってわけさ。新技術と伝統の融合だな。
It's amazing that something like this can even move. My jaw is agape as I look at the mass of black iron standing astride the tracks.
さあ、感心してる場合じゃねえぞ。俺たちは観光しに来たわけじゃねえんだ。
And I love Lupin's hat. I want that hat as well. Lupin's words bring me back to reality, and I take a better look at it. That's right, our mission will take place on this train. Lupin walks around the train car as he explains the plan to us again. As he said in the beginning, our plan will take place on a moving train. Yes, we know. First of all, there will be regular passengers on board along with us until it reaches a certain station. Van Helsing and Victor will board the last car among those passengers. When our target gets on the train, the rest of the passengers will be removed, but Van Helsing and Victor will hide on board. Once the train passes the point Lupin specified, Van Helsing and Victor will cause a commotion to draw out the target's guards. Once enough of the guards have been lured away to the very last card, we will uncouple it, enemy soldiers and all. That way, we can separate a good number of the guards from the Twilight leader. While this is going on, Lupin, Impy, and Saint Germain will drive an automobile to the end of the track we will divert it to. The cow will wait there at the end point with the automobile. He will simply wait there until we cut off the train car carrying the leader and bring it to that location. Lupin and Impy will approach the train from above using the ornithopter and land on the car carrying the target. Using a device created by Impy, Lupin will cut off the train car from the car ahead, including the locomotive engine. At the same time, the tracks will be switched, pulling the single train car onto a separate track away from the guards. After that, Lupin will shoot some fireworks into the air, signaling Van Helsing and Victor, then send Impy to pick them up. This is a big multi-step process. The train car that was cut off will continue rolling to the end of the line, running on one of Impy's inventions. In the back car that was cut off, Victor and Van Helsing will fight the guards and then head to the target's train car. If possible, they will overpower the guards protecting the target and capture him. If that is too difficult, they will wait. Either way, once the separated train car reaches its destination, Saint Germain will join Van Helsing and Victor to defeat the remaining guards and capture the target. Then the target will be placed on the automobile and everyone will drive back to the mansion. If something goes wrong, we are to run to the rendezvous point. Impy can then help out in battle as he will be flying near the train car while the plan is being carried out. That is an overview of the plan. That sounds like a plan where a lot of bad things can happen.
以上、作戦の確認だが、何か質問は?
We circle around the train as Lupin goes over the mission in detail. He ends his explanation as we reach the first car. At that moment, Lupin leans backward, bumping into the shoulder of a passerby.
おっと、これは失礼を。
The man continues on his way. Lupin watches the man leave with a puzzled expression. What's the matter?
ああ。この俺が通行人の気配に気づかないなんて、ちょっと勘が鈍ったなと思って。
Uh-oh, the plan has already been foiled. Yeah, dang C. Dang C.
おいおい、怖いな。 不安になるようなこと言うなよ。
多分疲れてるんじゃないかな。あ、そうだ。つい最近不自然なほど元気になる薬を開発したんだけど、飲む？
いらねえよ、そんな怪しげなもん。
Lupin, what should I do?
おう、そういえば言ってなかったな。お前の役割は自分で選びな。
I get to choose?
バン、フランたちと共に列車に乗り込み、連結機の破壊を担当するか、俺やインピー、サンと一緒に行動して俺のサポートをしてもらうか。どっちにしろ連結機の破壊だ。やることは変わらねえがな。
Lupin hands me a small device and a toolbox as he says this.
そいつは連結機の破壊装置だ。取り付けは多少複雑だがやれるか？
俺が訓練してんだぜ。それくらい楽勝だって。
I study the device for a while and come to an understanding as to its workings. Yes, it will be simple. Are you sure you want me to do it?
車両の連結機は走行中はそう簡単に外れねえ。後列の車両全部の重量がかかってくるわけだからな。だがお前ならもしもの時はお前自身の毒で連結機を溶かすこともできる。俺たち全員の中でもお前が適任だ。頼むぞ。
Heck yeah. Okay, I'll try.
よし、じゃあここからは二手に分かれて行動する。駅を離れるのは俺とインピー3のグループ。列車に乗るのはバンとフランのグループだ。
And of course, we're gonna leave the station. Because that's where Impy is going. And as I stated before, the way these visual novels work is we gotta go with the boy. So we're gonna leave the station, because that's where Impy is going. After the train leaves with Von Helsing and Victor, it makes its way through the city. You drive ahead, following the tracks, and when at last no more buildings are in sight, Impy brings it to a noisy stop. A figure appears from the moonlight ahead.
皆さん、お待ちしていましたよ。
I love his weird little feather hat. He smiles as he greets us. He climbs down from the automobile. We climb down from the automobile and join him.
さんちゃん、見張りご苦労さん。どう様子は？
下調べ通りですね。誰もいませんよ。
The railroad line that the disconnected train car will arrive on is a little ways ahead. The reason why this location was chosen as our meeting spot is because it was a convenient place to land the ornithopter.
悪いな。こんな役やらせちまってよ。
いいえ、密偵ごっこといった風情でなかなか楽しめましたから。
密偵ごっこってか、本当に密偵なんだけどな。
Lupin sighs as if releasing tension, then looks around at us.
じゃ、こっから捕獲作戦に移る。まず作戦の第一段階は
The first step?
待機だな。
Wait! I can't help but feel a little let down by Lupin's words. I may be nervous, but I'm still looking forward to what comes next. We're going to wait here?
なあ、予定よりも早く着いちまったからな。しばらくはここで待機だ。なに、バンもフランもうまくやってくれるさ。俺は紳士的な装い準備をするほか、計画の見直しをするんでここにいるが、みんなは自由に過ごしていいんだぜ。
Just don't prepare right in front of us, okay? Gentlemanly attire.
泥棒紳士のたしなみってやつだ。
With Lupin in high spirits, we decide to use our time freely until further instruction. I look up at the moon in a daze, but my anxiety over the mission is mounting. Will I be able to do what's needed of me when it comes time to act? Thinking this makes me even more nervous. I wonder what the others are up to. But yeah, we're gonna speak with Impy here. Of course. Oh. Speak with Impy! I wonder what Impy is doing. I find him tinkering with the ornithopter, which is a key factor to this mission. Small explosions keep going off and smoke rises from different parts of the machine. Lupin said he was going to fly the train in that, but will it fly at all now? Impy, is everything alright? He's like, ah no, I freaking messed it up. We're doomed. We're doomed. I'm sorry, Cardia. It'll be great.
Oh, カルディアちゃん。ああ、大丈夫、大丈夫。ほら、よく言うでしょ。失敗を重ねることで成功は見えてくるんだって。心配ないない。ああ、目に浮かぶな。この装置で君が空を飛んで俺に惚れ直しちゃう瞬間がさ。
That doesn't sound like a real thing. I laugh a little as I say this. Impy, what's the matter?
ん？やっぱ君は笑顔が似合うなって。そんだけだよ。
I look down, not knowing how to react. Impy keeps saying things like that to me, encouraging me to smile. And then I don't know how to respond, and I feel even more embarrassed.
時間にはちと早いが出発するぜ。予想外のことが起きた。
Oh, what? Whoa, what's going on? Also, once again, love Lupin's, you know, work outfit here. It's also a cute outfit. Love it. Also, his weird stick thing. It's cool. Lupin looks at us with a serious expression as we gather around. What's happened, Lupin?
風ではありませんか？
Wind?
この風、今は弱いですが、やがて強くなる気配があります。そう、暴風と言っていいほどに。
I look up at the skies. Everything is still so calm.
やばいってそれ。あんまりすげえ風だとオーニソプターが飛べないじゃん。
Should we cancel the plan?
いや、風が強くなる前に片付ける。もう作戦は動き出してんだ。バンとフランをそのままにしちゃおけねえ。
I not in agreement. Yeah, we just gotta do this
作戦を
earlier.
おさらいするぜ。今頃列車の中は戦争状態だろう。この後バンとフランが警護の黄昏兵たちを後部車両ごと引き離す手はずになってる。二人が敵を引きつけている間に俺とインピー、それにお前の3人はオーニソプターで上空から列車に接近。インピーは逃走経路確保のため空中で待機。残った俺たちは黄昏の長が乗っている車両を切り離し視線に引き込む。3、お前は車両がここに到着次第目標の確保、オートモービルでの逃走を任せる。
お任せください。
インピー、オーニソプターの準備は？
任せとけって。最高の仕上がりだぜ。
Impy points to the large winged machine sitting in the moonlight. An ornithopter. A small airship that flies by flapping its wings at high speed.
あ、その表情不安がってるね。風がもし強くなってきたら飛べないんじゃないかなって。
No, that's not it at all.
ま、論より証拠かな。実際に飛ばして証明してみせるさ。
じゃ、行くとするか。
With Lupin's words as a signal, we quickly board the ornithopter. We all managed to get on, but it's so cramped, guys. There's like 4 of us.
なんだよこの狭さは。
こいつは本来一人乗りなの。2人でやっとなんだから3人じゃ狭いに決まってんじゃん。
今から3人乗りに改造とかは。
Could you build us a 3-seater really
無
quick?
茶言うなよ。
You too. Stop shoving. You'll melt if you touch my skin.
おっと、そうだった。ほら、仲良く座ろうぜ、ルパン。
まあ確かにふざけてる場合じゃねえし。インピ出発だ。
あいよ、しっかり捕まっときな。めくるめく空の旅、2名様ご案内。
The machine shoots out a blast of steam and its wings begin to flap. Suddenly, the machine lifts off the ground. It's flying, Impy! The wings start going faster and faster with tremendous force.
こいつは飛行機械で、それを作ったのが世界一の天才技師インピーさんとクリア、飛ばないわけがないでしょ。
Despite his confidence, the machine suddenly tips, nearly throwing us out into the air. Lupin reacts quickly and grabs me.
おいおいインピもうちょっとバランス取れて。列車に行く前に俺たちが落ちるだろうが。
仕方ないだろう。何度も言うけど、この機体は一人乗りなの。スピードが出れば安定するから、それまで頑張ってよ。
This is going great. I'm hanging on.
さあ、行くぜ。
With Impy's shout, the Ornithopter picks up speed. It flies through the air, cutting through the night sky at great speed.
へえ、今日はこのポンコツもまともじゃねえか。
ポンコツ言うな。インピーさんの作る機械はいつだってド安定してんだよ。
I wouldn't call this incredibly stable, but for now the Ornithopter is traveling at an unbelievable rate. It shouldn't take us long to catch up with the train. I catch sight of the railway below us, then I see a lone rail car sitting by itself on the tracks.
おう、あんなもんがここで見つかるってことは、襲撃チームはうまくやったってわけだ。
なあ、みてえだな。俺たちも後に続くぞ。
However, only a short time later, Lupin and Saint Germain's prediction is unfortunately true. The weather suddenly takes a turn for the worse, and a forceful wind hits us. My sense of equilibrium is thrown off because of the intense turbulence.
この
Impy desperately tries to control the Ornithopter, which is being shaken every which way by the wind.
おいルパン、列車まだ？たどり着く前に墜落しちゃうよ。
もうすぐだ。気合で乗り切ってくれ。
We hear the trains whistle from far off. A tiny light shines ahead on the dark rails. That must be the locomotive.
インピ寄せられるか。
やれんだけやってやるさ。
Impy goes the Ornithopter into more speed, and little by little we begin to close in on the train. I hear the powerful noise of the engine. Finally, Impy draws the Ornithopter parallel to the last train cars. However, we can't go further ahead.
連結機を破壊する車両はもっと先だ。インピ全力で行ってくれ。
もう全力なんだよ。列車についてくのがやっとなんだっつーの。
As they go back and forth, I hear a gunshot from within the train. That was Von Helsing's shotgun.
どうやらまだ敵が残ってるみてえだな。仕方ねえ。インピー、できるだけ先の車両へつけてくれ。あとはこっちで
Yeah,
何とかする。
just chuck me over there. Yeet me.
こうなったら秘密兵器をお披露目してやる。
Impy presses a button on the control stick and an intense blast of steam shoots out the reel of the ornithopter. Yum! The ornithopter picks up speed, propelled by the force of the steam.
つってもすぐに限界だ。頃合い見て飛び降りてくれ。
分かった。だがこの風じゃインピーの助けは期待できねえ。お前は残ってろ。
No. No, I'm coming with you. You need every last bit of help you can get, the way things are going. We're already short-handed, and... You trained me. I promise I'll be useful.
言うじゃねえか。なら止めねえよ。ついてこい。
Yeah, here we go! Right. Let's go. Whee! Lupin holds me tightly to him. I relax my body, trusting myself to his hands. Yeah, whee! I'm floating in the air, and in the next moment, we're on the roof.
風が収まったら迎えに行く。二人とも生きて戻れよ。
Don't die, you two. I wave to Impy as the ornithopter flies away, then turn to look at Lupin.
とにかく列車内に移るぞ。上部を渡り歩くには風が強すぎる。万が一でも落車
Falling
なん
off
て
would not
笑
be
えねえからな。
funny at all. Lupin quickly puts his ear against the train's roof.
二人いる。足音からしてバンとフランじゃねえ。
Then
ああ、奇襲するぞ。お前にも一人任せる。できるな。
I've got this. Lupin breaks one of the train's windows in, then slides into the car ahead of me. I follow him through a few seconds later. One of the Twilight soldiers is already on the floor. The other has his back towards me while he squares off against Lupin.
様、一体どこから？
The enemy hasn't noticed me. Now's my chance. I strike him as hard as I can from behind with my hand, and he falls to the floor.
見事なもんだな。戦闘訓練を受けてるとは聞いてたが、ここまでとは思わない。
Yeah! That was so good! Thanks for distracting him. If I catch someone off guard, I can defeat anyone, even a giant.
バンの受け売りか？まったく。うちのお嬢様は頼もしい限りだよ。
We got this. Lupin checks out the train cars ahead.
計画は狂ったが、連結機を外さねえわけにはいかねえ。
Hi, Owen. Welcome, welcome to the stream. How's it going? I love you very much. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing well, Owen.
このまま車両内を進んで、長のいる車両の手前で屋根に登る。足音を立てずに移動できるか？
Of course I can. You made sure I learned how.
いい返事だ。
Let's go, Lupin. I set off running, but Lupin grabs my arm.
待て。後部座席に誰かいる。おい、そこにいるのは誰だ？
Lupin shouts toward the last row of seats, and a figure rises from behind them.
ほう、私の気配に気づくとは。なるほど。どうやら話に聞いたよりずっと目ざといようだ。
I don't recognize the man, but I've heard that voice before. Are you? Did you bump into Lupin back at the station? Remember, Rolf, when you said, uh-oh, the plan has already been foiled? We bumped into this dude right here.
おや、随分と覚えが良いのだね、お嬢さん。その通りだよ。あの時はぶつかってしまってすまなかった。
黄昏の関係者じゃねえな。何者だてめえ。
私の名はエルロック・ショルメという。以後、お見知りおきを。
Sherlock Sholmes, a young man claiming to be a humble detective. However, his keen insight and eye for detail are far greater than the average person's. So, for those who don't know this fact, I mentioned this in a previous episode because, people may have noticed it during the opening cutscene, because this character was in the opening song. And in the opening song, it shows that his name is Sherlock Sholmes as well. For those who don't know, way back in the day, when Sir Arthur Conan Doyle was alive and writing the Sherlock Holmes stories, at the same time, the guy who wrote the Arsène Lupin stories was also writing his stories at the same exact time. And basically, he wanted to write a story where Arsène Lupin would fight off against Sherlock Holmes. So he asked Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, like, hey, can I have our characters, like, interact or whatever? And Sir Arthur Conan Doyle is like, no, you're not allowed to. That's my character. You can't do that or whatever. And so the guy's just like, you know what? Then he'll fight off against Sherlock Sholmes. Legally distinct character. And Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's like, hey, I told you can't do that. And the guy's like, nah, this is not Sherlock Holmes. This is my OC, Sherlock Sholmes, and his friend Wilson. It's still one of my, like, that's still one of the funniest things in all of literature. It's just so funny to me. So yeah, his name is Sherlock Sholmes. They do a similar thing with this as well for the Ace Attorney series. In the Ace Attorney prequels, they also have a character named Sherlock Sholmes to once again go with the name from the Lupin stories. Original character, do not steal, exactly. Though this game does, I will say this because we all know who this character is actually supposed to be. I will say that the game basically reveals that, yeah, this is Sherlock Holmes. He's just using an alternate name, Sherlock Sholmes, which is like the worst alternate name ever, but yes. His actual name is Sherlock Holmes, but the entire game he's basically going to be called Sherlock Sholmes. Imagine if the maker of Lupin sued somebody for using Sherlock Sholmes. It's like, that's my character. You can't use it. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle is ranting in the background. Sherlock Sholmes?
ここで出会ったのは偶然か必然か。駅で出会った際に君たちの様子から事件の匂いを嗅ぎ取ってしまってね。話を聞いてみれば実に驚いた。なんとも大胆な誘拐を企んでいるじゃないか。
へえ、俺たちの会話を盗み聞いたってか。そいつはおかしいな。これでも最大限警戒してたつもりだがな。
盗みの特技を持つ者が自分一人だと考えているなら、それはおごりというものだよ。アルセーヌ・ルパン。
正体までお見通しかい。怖いね。
怖い
多少なり
ね。
犯罪学に興味を覚えている人間なら、君の名を知らぬ者はいないさ。泥棒紳士君。
The man calling himself Sholmes looks at us as if he can see through everything. Who are you?
私かい？私はしがない探偵だよ。
探偵？要するに一般人じゃねえか。おい、俺たちの邪魔をするな。時間がねえんだ。お前の相手をしてる暇はねえ。
I will also, another thing I want to mention is that, so Sherlock Sholmes is he's a significant character in the story, but he's not a main character. Like, of course, we've met all the main characters already. He's just kind of a major side character in the story. But in all the sequels, he's added as kind of like a extra love interest. Like, you can date him in the sequels. in both Code Realize Wintertide Memories and Code Realize, I don't remember what the other one's called. Like, in both of those, you can date Sherlock Holmes. So he's kind of added as a sixth love interest in the story. Which is pretty funny.
そうも言っていられないさ。犯罪の発生を目の当たりにしたなら、それを止めるのは探偵の役目だろ。申し訳ないが、私は君を捕まえなければならない。
As he says this, he takes a fighting pose. It's nothing grandiose. He simply thrusts his left hand forward, but it makes him a completely different person. I can tell from Von Helsing's training that Sholmes is very strong.
おとなしくしてくれれば、私も手荒な真似はしないと誓うがね。
ご忠告ありがとうよ。
Putting the moves on off-brand
俺
Sherlock.
たちにも引けない事情があってね。だから。
But here's the thing, even though, as I said, even though his name is Sherlock Holmes, he is actually Sherlock Holmes. There is a point later in the story where a guy who knows him is just like, why are you using that dumb pseudonym? We all know you're Sherlock Holmes. Like, he literally says that. He's like, I don't think he ever gives an explanation.
少し眠ってな。
Oh, look how mad he is. Look at him. Lupin points his walking stick at the man and smoke spews from the tip, one of Lupin's beloved getaway gadgets. Despite its simple appearance, it has a number of functions. In a matter of seconds, a cloud of white smoke has swallowed Sholmes. Is that Victor's anesthetic? Lupin grins in response. Even a small whip of this is enough to bring you to your knees. If he breathes in too much at once...
悪いが、そうはいかない。
Oh snap! Sholmes' hand reaches out from the cloud and Lupin jumps back just in time. When the smoke clears, Sholmes is standing there, looking as calm as ever. What? How?
はあ？なんで動けるんだよ。そんな生優しい薬じゃねえぞ。
駅で君が一度ステッキで床を打つ音を聞いた。音の反響の仕方でステッキに何らかの仕掛けがあることに気がついた。最初はナイフでも仕込んであるのかと思ったが、音の雰囲気からしてそれは違う。中に空洞がある。おそらくガスが詰まっているのだろう。加えてアルセーヌ・ルパンは紳士的な回答で有名だ。となれば人を傷つける武器ではあるまい。おそらく煙幕。それも揮発性のしびれ薬。私は薬学にも多少明るくてね。仕掛けが分かっていれば身を守るのは簡単だ。即席の中和剤を染み込ませたハンカチで顔を覆ってやり過ごしてしまえば。おや、いない。
You're gone!
ご高説ありがとうよ。おかげで逃げる暇ができたぜ。
He's like, there I go. Lupin and I were already running towards the car ahead of us. Like, see you later.
チャンスを見逃さない洞察力は素晴らしい。
Later, buddy. Lupin suddenly trips and his mask falls to the ground.
お、なんだ。
Lupin, there's a string around your feet. Sherlock's one weakness. Let him talk about how great he is. The sparkly thin string extends all the way back to Sholmes' hand.
君は自分に自信がありすぎるな。だからこそこんな低俗な技にかかっても気がつかない。
てめえ、いつの間に。
君が先ほど兵士たちと戦っている間にね、この車両に警備の兵しかいないと考えた時点で君の負けというわけだ。
Jones began to wind the string towards him, dragging Lupin across the floor. That's such a great image.
うわっ、雲かてめえは。
最近の探偵はね、大道芸のような技術もなければ犯人を捕まえられないのだよ。
Lupin! Without thinking, I pull off my glove and grab the string with my bare hand.
お嬢さん、やめておいた方がいい。君の腕力では私には対抗できないだろう。
I'm not using my strength. Smoke rises from the string in my hand as it melts, disappearing like a snowflake. Lupin, who had been sliding across the floor this whole time, comes to a stop.
ほう、これは予想がつかなかった。君には何か秘密がありそうだね。
It's none of your business. I put my glove back on and glare at him.
そうか、それは残念。しかしどちらにせよ、
I know!
私には背中を見せないことをお勧めするよ。
I know, right, Rolf? Cardia is such a good MC. Like, as I said, she was just, like, taught by, like, all the main characters before this. So unlike at the start, where she was basically a damsel in distress, now she's able to fight on her own, do stuff on her own. Like, she has a role in this mission, and a pretty important one, too. And she only is going to get stronger as, like, the game goes on and we go through the different routes. And she's just awesome. Cardia is a great character. One of the best characters. Like, she's probably one of my favorite, visual novel MCs, to be honest. Lupin starts whispering to me.
カルディア、お前は屋根に戻って風に煽られないようにじっとしてろ。そのうちインピーが助けてくれる。俺のことは心配しなくてもいい。
Oh, Lupin! Also, she'd be very scary if she was exactly. She actually, like, she could do some real harm with, like, the poison in her body combined with all how good her memory is, how quickly she can learn new skills, and all the skills that she's earned so far from all of these really strong people around her. Like, she could be a menace, you know? But instead, she's a kind-hearted girl. So she's awesome. I can't do that. Von Helsing and Victor are still fighting, and Sholmes here is tough. If the leader's personal guards head this way for some reason, you'd be blocked in on both sides. I have to worry about you.
正しい状況分析だな。
I'll break the connector on my own. Then we can pull the train car to the line. And that will cause the car to slow down, making it easier for Impy to come pick up everyone. This way, we all have the best chance of making it out alive. You already understand that, don't you?
任せていいのか。
Yes, you've taught me all the skills I need.
二人で内緒話のつもりかい？あいにくだが、私には筒抜けだよ。それにしても、あの悪名高いルパンに弟子とはね。随分と可愛らしい弟子もいたものだ。
はっ、可愛いだけだと思ったら痛い目見るぜ。まあもっとも、その前に、お前は俺に痛い目を見せられるんだがな。
I start to run and don't stay to see what happens next. I didn't say the last line, I just realized. Hold up. As Lupin says this... Where is it? Where'd it go? As Lupin says this, he throws a flash grenade towards Sholmes. Worried about Lupin, but I need to take care of my own task. I leave the train car. The window of the door to the next car is covered by a black curtain. I can't see inside, but that means that whoever's in there can't see me either. I carefully climb the ladder to the roof. The wind outside is so strong, and with the train speed, I might be blown right off the roof if I'm not careful. In the howling wind, my clothes being pulled about, I start making my way across the roof. I have to use all the skills I've learned to head to the other side of the next car without making any careless noises. I somehow make it to the connector. It looks like I'll be able to take care of this before we reach the track switch. Right before I attach the device, a sudden curiosity makes me turn around. There are no black curtains over the window on this side of the car, and I can see into the interior. But... what? There is nobody in the car we are supposed to disconnect. Did Lupin get the wrong car? There's no way. At that moment, I feel something hard pressed against my temple. I slowly look up and see a man standing there.
手を頭の後ろで組みたまえ。抵抗しなければ、うちはしない。
I obey him, moving slowly. He orders me to walk, and the two of us slowly enter another train car, not the one Lupin and I had planned to disconnect. There are almost a dozen soldiers in here. If I had to take on this number of guards by myself, there is no way I could win. Don't give up. Look for an opportunity. That's how Lupin had taught me to think when caught in a situation like this. Thanks to his lessons, I was able to calmly observe my surroundings without panicking. Nobody utters a word. The only sound is the rattle of the train along with the tracks. I wonder what happened to the others. Did my failure put them all in danger? As I'm thinking this...
君は随分と静かなのだな。
Several Twilight soldiers stand around me as I sit in the narrow passage, my legs tucked beneath me. The man who captured me is smiling at me in a calm manner that seems oddly out of place in this situation.
一介の少女がこのような事態に巻き込まれたならば、泣くかわめくか、多少騒がしいことを覚悟していたのだが、君は思いのほか肝が据わっているようだ。それとも恐怖で何も言えないのかな。
I'm scared, but it's in times like this that I most need to remain calm.
なるほどなるほど。素晴らしい考えだ。うちの者たちに見習わせたいほどの落ち着きようだ。やはり君は特別な存在ということか。我々にとっても、彼にとっても、そしてこの世界すべてにおいても。
Him? The world? What is he talking about? I open my mouth to ask, but I'm cut off by a voice coming from behind the man.
余計なことを言わないでくれるかな、アレスター。
おや、この老いぼれから話す楽しみを取り上げるとは、愛も変わらずひどい仕打ちだ。
The man referred to as Alistair chuckles to himself and moves aside. The person standing behind him is...
やっと会えたね、姉さん。
Nesan. The speaker is a young boy sitting on an armrest of one of the train seats. His hair is a white golden color. His eyes are jade, each a different shade. His voice is as cold as ice, and he turns a thin smile towards me. Sister, who are you?
そうか。僕がわからないのも無理はないよね。姉さんは昔からずっと眠っていたんだし、目が覚めたのもつい2年ほど前だものね。でもほら、知識はあるでしょ、姉さん。僕たちは同じ人を父親に持っているんだよ。それを聞けば、僕があなたを姉と呼ぶ理由くらいすぐにわかるんじゃない？
Sister, that means we must be related by blood. Well, not necessarily, but sure. And he has a connection with my father. Could it be? Are you my younger brother? Boy nods, satisfied, rocking the Leia hairstyle exactly.
僕はあなたの弟だよ、姉さん。名はフィーニスという。そして僕は今、姉さんたちが探していた黄昏の長という役職を務めている。
Aw, snap. How can you be my brother?
嘘はついていないよ。間違いなく僕はあなたの弟だ。たった一人の家族さ。
I'm so surprised I forget to breathe. I can't believe I have a brother. And that this sibling sitting right in front of me is the Twilight Commander. Who could have imagined it?
アイザック・ベックフォード。父様の意志を継ぐ子供。それが僕と、そしてあなたなんだ。
We inherited his dreams? I can't help but repeat what he said.
驚かせたかな。まあそうだよね。自分を狙う組織の頂点が自分の弟だなんて聞いたら誰でもそうなるよ。それで姉さんは僕に聞きたいことがあるんでしょ。なぜ自分が黄昏という組織に狙われるのか。
What a thing
胸
to
に
put
埋
in
ま
your
るホロ
will,
ロギウ
yeah.
ムとは何なのか。どうして自分には2年分の記憶しかないのか。自らの体に救う毒とは一体何なのか。そしてその猛毒を取り除くことはできるのか。
Yeah, inherited his dreams. The notary must have broken their head over that one, yeah. How did you know?
どうしておかしなことを言うね。姉さんたちは僕を罠にはめようとしてたんだろうけど、実のところ罠にはめたのは僕たちの方なんだよ。今日この列車に僕が乗るという情報を姉さんたちの手に届くところにばらまいて、
Big beef.
少しだけ警備の情報に嘘を混ぜてね。僕もいい加減姉さんに会いたくてね。餌をまいてここに誘い込んだというわけ。あは、一度にたくさんのことを聞いて混乱した？大丈夫だよ。後でゆっくり聞かせてあげる。ここでは姉さんもくつろげないだろうからね。アレスタ、姉さんは確保できた。そろそろ行くとしよう。
A dull explosion shakes me to the core, and the man who had me at gunpoint earlier nods.
こちらもこれで終わったところだ。
I turn back and see the train car behind us falling behind, getting further away. This means that I've been isolated from Lupin and the others.
これでもう邪魔が入ることはない。あとはこのまま。
Suddenly, the window shatters as someone leaps through the glass to stand between Phineas and me. The Twilight soldiers react quickly, but faster still are a few full sight of gunshots that takes them down one after another.
言ったそばから珍客だね。アレスター、君も爪が甘い。
そう言うな。人間兵器が相手ではうまくいかないことの方が多いさ。
Thank you, Von. Von Helsing doesn't let me finish. He holds up a hand to stop me and keeps his distance, staring at Finis.
全員動くな。動けばその男フィーニスを撃つ。
Von Helsing points a gun at Finis. He is completely calm and seems to have firmly set his mind on a course of action. Sensing his tense, murderous intent, the few conscious soldiers around us show no signs of taking action.
誰かと思いきや、かの有名なエイブラハム・バン・ヘルシングか。随分と久しぶりだね。いつ以来かな。
黙れ。
君は相変わらず凄むばかりか。無駄口を叩く暇があるなら、さっさとその引き金を引いたらどうだい？
黙れ。
よく狙うといいよ。頭でも心臓でも君の好きな場所を吹き飛ばしてごらんよ。
黙れと言っている。
Von Helsing roars in agitation and his gun roars along with him. Part of the metal seat beside Finis is twisted out of shape in an instant.
次に何かふざけたことを言ってみろ。その時は容赦なく貴様を殺す。
僕を殺す？君は僕を殺せないよ。絶対にね。
ならば試してみるか。
He cocks his gun. Taking this for a sign, the Twilight soldiers, more in unison, take fighting stances with their slender blades. The man standing next to Finis, Alistair, takes a step forward.
昔のよしみだ。どうか銃を下ろしてくれないか、バン。
できない相談だ、アレスター。
Von Helsing responds without hesitation. Do these two know each other? I remember that Von Helsing had said he was a member of Twilight in the past. I have only a moment with my own thoughts.
フィーニス、今ここで貴様を殺す。
But, Von Helsing, this whole mission...
私にとってはフィーニスをこの手で殺せるのならそれが最優先だ。
Helsing?
君は迷っている。
なんだと？
チャンスをこうやって無駄な話ですりつぶしている。引き金を引かないのは君が迷っているからだ。自分が殺されるのが怖いのか、彼女が殺されるのが怖いのか。いや、それとも僕が死なないことを恐れているのかな。
Von Helsing says nothing and just glares at Finis. His gun trembles slightly, but I can't tell if it's from rage or fear. I can't move. The strange atmosphere permeating the room has completely swallowed us. At this rate, we'll... Suddenly, a loud crash breaks the silence as a cannonball the size of my fist smashes through the window. What are we, in a boat? I've seen these many times during training. Von Helsing, duck! Von Helsing reacts quickly. Red, blue, green, yellow. The fireworks go off, shrieking furiously. The car is filled with sound and light. Cue Pirates of the Caribbean music, exactly. The soldiers quickly take cover behind the seats or step forward to protect Finis. Intimidation through fire, an escape tool that suits Lupin's style. It doesn't hurt anyone, but surprises them. It's especially effective against the trained enemies who try to anticipate what's next. Enemies who don't know about the trick and are taken aback, and those who know about it can use the surprise as an opportunity. Lupin! Lupin's voice comes in through the window. He's hanging from a rope ladder and he reaches his hand out to me. It seems that he's somehow hanging from the side of the Orthodoxer. Lupin shouts to be heard over the bursts of the fireworks. Yeah, we gotta run. He pushes his guards aside and tries to grab me. Right before Van Helsing leaps from the train, he helps me by firing his gun. Cousin Doctor. The train is still going full speed. I'm not as tough as Van Helsing. If I hit the ground, it would undoubtedly kill me. But so what? I have faith that Lupin will catch me. Aww, because Lupin's the best. Lupin! Just as Finis's fingers brush against me, I get a short running start and jump with all my might out the open window. I can't control my body as I tumble in the thrashing wind. The ground rushes up. Lupin's strong arms catch me before I hit. There they are! Look at them! So cute! They're so cute! Look at them! And once again, we're not even on his route, but the common route is really pushing for this ship. The common route is like, this is the true ship, but you can't get it until the end of the game. Like, we're having full-on pictures, like multiple pictures with Lupin that are kind of romantic CGs. Like, this is like the second or third one at this point. But the game's like, but you can't date him, because that's the true route. You gotta wait till the end of the game. It is a great CG. This is such a good shot. It's so good. I love it so much. As soon as Lupin has a hold on me, the Orthodoxer turns away from the train. In an instant, we gain distance from the train. As it gets smaller and smaller, I see Finis look out the window at us. And for some strange reason, he is smiling, as if he's enjoying that we resisted. It is an expression of glee, like that of a small child discovering a fun toy. Lupin tightens his grip on me, as if he got the same impression from Finis' face. Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite CGs from the game. It's such a good shot. Like, the composition of it all and everything is so good. He says this in a low voice tinged with frustration. Yes. And him holding her against the ladder. Yeah. Deranged scientist dad and brother again, huh? Exactly! Exactly! We're in the same boat as in Hakuoki! I can't believe it once again. Also, again, the brother is very feminine in appearance. Exactly! Hakuoki, Code Realize, handshake, same plot. Same plot. Also, the main character considering themselves a monster because they're different from everybody else. Same boat, same boat, same boat. We failed the mission, but he is probably concerned that letting Finis escape will prove to be an even greater threat later. Finis, Twilight's leader, and perhaps my brother. Steampunk Hakuoki, exactly. It should be impossible to believe, yet I feel as if I felt his cold gaze somewhere before. a long, long time ago. But yeah, I guess, you know, it makes sense now that both this game and Hakuoki are like two of my favorite otome visual novels. They're basically like very similar games. Except Code realizes better because the main character actually is able to do stuff instead of just sitting there being like, I wish I could do stuff, and then never does. Somewhere.
二人ともそろそろこいつの燃料がやばい。飛ばして戻るから結構揺れるけど我慢してくれよな。
Impy's shout brings me back to my senses. For now, what matters most is that we've escaped from Twilight's clutches.
ああ、こっちは気にすんな。合流地点まで頼むぜ、インピー。
What about Victor?
安心してちょうだい。先に回収してるよ。
そういうことだ。用は済んだ。さっさとここから。どうした、カルディア。
I don't know. My chest is burning.
胸？まさかホロノギウムに何か起きたか？
I don't know. It's a pulsing, searing pain. I tightly hold my chest and watch the train disappear into the distance. Oh, chapter 5 now. I think this is probably a good place to stop, to be honest. We've made some progress. We Cece! Cece the best dog! Right there! Perfect place to stop. At the best dog. Better strip again to check the hologram. Exactly. Yeah, she's like, oh, you can check though, and Lupin's like, ah! Amazing. Yeah, let's save and then call it here for now. We're now past that. We're basically at the halfway point for the common route. So we have this chapter and up until the end of chapter 8. And we're on chapter 5. So halfway through the common route, and then we'll enter Impy's route. We'll do Impy's route, then we'll do like the other routes. We'll go Impy, Abraham von Helsing, Victor von Frankenstein, Count Saint Germain, and then of course Lupin. He pulls down their shirt and the Ultimopter crashes because all the men are covering their eyes. Exactly. 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 Incredible. What a way to end the game right there. But yeah, it's pretty funny. But yeah, we'll do all of that. And of course, the next times when we go through the common route, it's not gonna take as long because I'll skip all the stuff we've already seen, which will be a lot of it. Mostly it'll just be like after certain choices, there's gonna be a bit more dialogue. So, correction, the men cover their eyes and Impy stares. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Impy would be the one to be like, I am seeing. I am looking. Not respectfully. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna end it here for today. Next time, whenever I get around to play more Code Realize, we'll continue on the common route and head for Impy. Let's go. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying this too, Rolf. Definitely one of my favorite otome visual novels, as I stated before. One of my top ones. Thanks for a stream. Nice way to unwind after D&D. Heck yeah! I'm glad you're enjoying it. As I said, Rolf, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Heck yeah. Let's see, who is live? Next week I should be available again. Heck yeah! As I said, we should play more Gmod. If I'm gonna send another poll this week for VM night. If we don't play more Gmod, for VN night, we should probably play Gmod on Monday. Or maybe even if we do play it again for VN night, we'll probably play some more on Monday. We'll see. We'll see. I definitely want to play some more Gmod. I'm now in a Gmod mood. But yeah. So, of course, if you want to do something else on that Monday, that's totally fine too, Rolf. I'm here for whatever you want to do. But yeah, I miss you a lot, Rolf. It'll be nice to see you again. I'm glad you had fun with the D&D stuff. Let's see who we shall raid. Heck yeah, Rolf. Heck yeah, let's go. I have so many maps I still want to try. Definitely. I downloaded so many maps for it. Though part of the problem is also going to be I don't remember which maps we did and which maps we didn't do. So that'll be fun, like trying to figure out which ones still need to be played. We'll see. We'll see how it is. I'm up for it. Heck yeah. But yeah, let's raid Mew since Mew is live. And I'll see you guys again for Saturday VN night. I'm gonna try and work on the next video this week for what happened in VN night last week, so it'll be Gmod stuff. And I'll upload it to YouTube as usual. But yeah, until then, I'll see y'all later. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Y'all are the bestest beans. I love each and every one of you so much. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!